Happy full moon, collective. Welcome to the Gemini Cancer full moon collective tarot reading. This will be a look into the chakra systems for the collective. And just to kind of see and tap into what energy centers might be important for us to connect with, what might be activated under this full moon, how can we maybe even be more open and receptive to all the beautiful gifts the full moon does bring to assist us in our journey, ascension and growth. Yeah. Oh, I got a little bit of lip gloss on my thing. Okay. I hope that this live finds you all well and in good spirits. I thank you guys so much for all the love that you do share here on my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Your first time checking out one of my moon readings, we will start with the 7 energy oracle. I will clarify that with the Crow Tarot. And then I'm going to end on some deep moon messages, which are just simple affirmations to help you kind of zone in and connect to the energy of this full moon. Here we go with the black screens. I hope you guys can see this. All right, I hope it loads. Hold on 1 second, y'all. What's going on? Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, y'all. We are having a little bit of technical difficulty, but hey, we're in here. We are going to figure it out. All right, y'all. Happy full moon. Guess that's just the full moon energy. I've definitely been going through my own ascension process, so it could definitely be my energy as well. Just anchoring in this new vibration I have risen into. So bear with me all, okay? All right. Hopefully everybody can see me now and can tune in. I'm going to go ahead and get started on a quick little pre-channel. I just want to see what I can sense and what I can feel now that I'm kind of touching the oracles and getting centered in the energy for this full moon. Yep, there it goes again. And my clock's still going, so I'm going to just keep going. All right. And then I'll sound my singing bowl once. We'll let that sound travel. And then once it dissipates, I'll say a quick prayer. And we'll get started. Feel free to do whatever gratitude and grounding practice feels right and best for you, collective, in this moment. Even as I'm doing my pre-channel, get started when your soul says it's ready, okay? For this full moon Gemini Cancer energy, I do feel automatically, kind of when I was prepping for this reading, that protecting the crown chakra is going to be very important. Some of you might be kind of on this energetic upgrade like myself, so making sure you are, you know, if you feel kind of heavy in the head or you're getting a lot of pressure headaches, maybe wear like a cap. If you wear hoodies, put your hood up. You know, cover your head in some way, okay? Just so that it can be grounded in and ground down. So crown chakra energy definitely coming through. I do feel a little bit of the throat chakra. I feel like that's just because this is kind of connected to Mercury, right? With that Gemini energy and Mercury being in retrograde. Might also feel a little sacral chakra energy during this time, okay? But we'll see. Something about this full moon feels very emotional. Not just because it's Gemini and Cancer energy, but it feels like it's processing is what I just heard. There's a lot of emotional processing and processes at play. For some of you, this might be like a stressful time, or you maybe have like found yourself in like a phase of stress, or feeling almost like you're purging stress from the body. Because mind you, that energy of stress will lives in our cells, right? Doesn't necessarily dissipate until we do the work to really release it. So breath work, yeah, I just felt like I had to take a really deep breath. Breath work might be very important under this full moon, okay? Take 10 deep breaths in a row before you go to sleep. When you wake up, take another 10. Okay, if you feel up to it, you can do another series of 10 in the middle of the day. If you can remember, set a timer or an alarm for that. Cycle through that for the next 3 days. If you feel like your throat chakra, or again, your energy levels in general are just a little bit more chaotic than normal, it's a good way to stay centered and stay grounded through spirit. Yeah, the thinking and the feeling. I feel like, oh, I just heard abandon all thought. Some of you are learning how to mentally detach from your emotions, like finding that in between of being able to feel what you need to feel, but not judge it. Not judge yourself for what you feel, not have that voice in your mind say, oh, you shouldn't feel this way, or this is wrong to feel. It's just like, it's a feeling. I'm feeling it. Okay. Some of you are, I keep hearing void of thought. It's like someone's really trying to stop their mind from thinking, or maybe you're just like working through some meditation energy. Keep in mind that the goal of meditation is not to stop your thoughts, because that's physically impossible, truly, because that's what your mind is built to do. It's built to think. You're not going to stop your brain from thinking, but more or less just be an observer of your thoughts without judgment. That would be the true key to meditation, like surrendering to your thoughts, not thinking one good, not thinking one bad, not really attaching any emotion or feeling to it. Just, it's a thought. Okay, I'm having that thought, and letting them kind of come and go. For those of you that might be struggling with meditation, I do kind of get that. Like, even if you're feeling very chaotic and it's like, okay, well, maybe I should meditate, but then your idea around meditation might be blocking you from actually reaching the different states of thought and states of frequency, like the alpha waves, the beta, the theta, right? Is to imagine yourself sitting at the side of a road while you're doing your deep breaths, right? Or just focusing on your breath, or listening really to your breath. That's also a good way, because focus can also come with strain and effort when you meditate. If you just listen, listening is an act of surrender. Okay, listen to your breath and imagine yourself sitting on the side of a road. Okay, and as thoughts pop up, see them as just cars driving by. You know how you can kind of hear a car coming. It's super loud when it's in front of you, and then it fades out. It's like, imagine that you hear the thought coming, you feel the thought. Oh, there's the thought there. There's the energy of it. And just let it pass by, right? Don't hop in the cars and go where that thought's going. Just, oh, that's a thought. Okay, I'm thinking about this. Okay, that's coming up. It's more or less like building awareness around how the mind questions and how the mind perceives and what's actually on the mind, right? so that you can work through that. Some of you guys, that's going to be a really good practice to try to implement, especially since we're at the beginning of the calendar year. No time like the present, right? Hope that was helpful out there to somebody. But anyway, let's go ahead and just get into these messages, all right? I think that was a pretty decent pre-channel. Again, I'm going to sound my singing bowl. Go ahead and get started on your gratitude practice, and we will do a quick prayer and see what these cards have to say, all right? Almighty Creator, my ascended ancestors, and all holy angels, I thank you so much for being here with me and with the collective under this beautiful full moon in Gemini and Cancer. And I thank you for bringing forward clear and concise messages for the collective to be aware of and better understand through their chakra energies of what's most important for the collective to kind of connect to right now. What do they need to know? What do they need to be aware of? Whatever's most important, I do ask that that come through. And I thank you for your grace, your love, your mercy, your protection, the peace that you bring, your presence with us in this moment. We love you. And so it is. Alrighty, y'all. I'm going to do maybe 2 more shuffles. I know I shuffle a lot, but bear with me. Full moon energy for Gemini and Cancer. Full moon energy in Gemini and Cancer. Full moon energy. Here we go. How is this hitting the collective? You got body and soul, root chakra energy. Yeah. Paying attention to the body, moving the body might be important under this full moon. Okay, tell me more. 5, a lot of changes. So maybe changes in the body, changes and shifts in the soul energy that you hold. Tell me more. You've got close encounters. Oh, look at that. 5 to a 10. Okay, that's sacral chakra energy, water energy. Root chakra being earth energy. Maybe some of you guys have a lot of earth and water in your charts here. That will resonate. Close encounters. Yeah, that's what it, I really do feel like this is kind of that emotional energy I was picking up on. Finding this awareness. Where do you feel certain emotions in your body, right? Maybe some of you like to do body scans. If you don't know what that is, do a quick search on Google. Maybe listen to a few and see if they work for you, okay? It's basically just bringing awareness through the body, starting either with the feet all the way up to the head, or from the head all the way down to the feet, or from the center all the way to both ends of the body, the head and the feet, okay? That might be helpful. Good way to ground in, okay? Tell me more. Oh, man. I don't know why every time this card comes out, it's like my heart kind of sinks a little bit. Like, I don't know. It should be exciting, but it just kind of feels like, ugh, okay. I kind of want to put it back. Yeah, I'm going to just put it back because that did not feel in alignment. So let me focus here. Let me focus. Jeez. Yeah, this energy, I'm sorry, y'all. I feel a little scattered. I feel a little scattered, y'all. Thank you for your protection, Divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What other energies are working here for the collective under this full moon? Okay, I guess so. In perfect harmony. So you go from 5 to a 10 and then 1 up from an 11. 6 might be an important number here for somebody. 1 definitely. You might start seeing 1, 1, 1, 10, 11, 5, 10. 511 as number synchronicities here. Maybe those numbers mean something to you. In perfect harmony. Yeah, I mean, I think wherever you are, however you're feeling in this moment when you're watching this collective, you're meant to feel that, okay? I just heard don't strive for perfect, okay? Don't strive for perfection, because that's an illusion. Strive to just be authentic to the moment and where you are. Some of you are doing some deep emotional work or might feel called to do some deep emotional work over the next few days after watching this, or maybe that's just kind of been in your energy for a while. Some of you maybe feel a little disconnected from the body and the soul, feeling like they're not either on the same frequency, like in perfect harmony, they're not on the same note, they're not in the same language, they're not speaking the same language to each other, something like that. It's like, more or less, that's a sign that there is some sort of deeper frequency that's trying to come up and out of you, collective, that's causing some sort of dissonance or discord in the body and maybe in the soul, maybe even in the mind, okay? Surrender would definitely be key here. Birds of a feather. Interesting. Vibration of 25, heart chakra energy, which breaks down into a 7. So 5, 6, 7, 10, and 11 might all be important numbers here. 25 could also mean something to y'all. Hey, Angela. I'm glad you made it. Yeah, we had some technical difficulties in the beginning, so we had a bit of a delayed start, but I'm glad you're here, love. Birds of a feather, heart chakra energy. I feel like that birds of a feather says, collective, you're not alone. You're not alone in what you're feeling or what you're going through right now. There's definitely a tribe of souls that I definitely feel, because I feel like heavy emotional energy. Like I was not in the realm of heavy emotion before I started this reading, but it's like I feel like I'm picking up on like almost wanting to cry. Like, you know that feeling when tears are coming on and your throat maybe tightens up a little bit and it's like you kind of get choked up? Whoever might be feeling that in this moment, I am praying that you find peace, praying that you find the strength and the courage to feel whatever that lump in the throat is, to let it out, to not hold it in. Some of you might have, this could be, okay, thank you, Divine. This could be emotional energy that's been held in. See this cage? It's the emotional energy. And then I like the juxtaposition of these two, right? Because again, the butterfly is caged, and then the next level up is kind of a release of sound from an instrument. Some of you, your emotional body's an instrument. Some of you, I get the throat chakra as an instrument for you. It's like there's some things that maybe haven't been said out loud, expressed, that need to come out because it's affecting the body. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that, like when you are very angry or very upset and you're not allowing yourself to be in the energy or acknowledge the energy, where like your back might start tightening up or your joints start to get kind of sore. Maybe you get a little stiff in the neck. Your shoulders are all the way up by your ears. It's like those are all physical responses to the emotions being kept in. And I feel like some of you are having a close encounter with some sort of energy, or I just heard change agent, so catalyst, that is trying to uproot that stagnant energy or uproot those emotions out of you so that you have more room in your frequency, more room in your mind, more room in your vibration for what you're actually wanting to be connected to or desiring here. There's a lot of desire with the sacral chakra. Maybe some of you are even doing a little bit of research on like how to remove certain blockages or how to release certain things. Again, the birds of a feather with the heart chakra tells me that the collective that I'm tapped into for this full moon reading is either seeking or yearning close encounters with people who are like energy, like-minded, like soul, right? Like-hearted. Because maybe that's the one thing that feels like it's out of harmony. Some of you, maybe it's like, maybe the struggle here that might be coming into your awareness under this full moon is the level at which you allow people to get close to you. Like, I allow people close, but not too close. I allow people in, but not too deep in, not too far in. I let people see me, right? Like, if you even think of this cage, you can see the butterfly in the cage, but can this other butterfly actually access the one in the cage? Not necessarily. So there feels like this barrier, or this wall, or this bubble that I do feel has been put up for protection. I'm seeing in my mind's eye somebody stuff their emotions in this bubble, like pushing their emotion in the bubble and keeping it there. Like, again, this level of detachment or this level of disconnect from what someone feels. It's like, it's too much to feel, so I'm just going to stuff it in this bubble. But with the butterfly being in the cage, it would tell me that you've already done some sort of transformation, transmutation, change, right, internally. On a soul frequency with body and soul here, that would support you actually popping that bubble and letting all those emotions in and through. Some of you maybe feel very held back by something as well, whether that is emotional energy, whether that is circumstances that you might find yourself in. And it might feel like this isn't what it's supposed to be. This is not where I'm supposed to be. This is not how it was supposed to go. Or like you're missing out on something. Maybe some of you guys have like some FOMO here, or like feeling like your life is like out of sync somehow. Like, this can't be where I'm at. This can't just be it. Something like that. Again, I feel like I have to keep driving home this point of you're not alone. And I know some of you might feel alone in this moment. Some of you might feel like the only person going through this type of change and transformation, but clearly, right, there's 2 butterflies in that close encounter. Right? There's 4 birds right there in that birds of a feather. Those connections, those relationships, those people, those places, those things that your soul naturally vibrates to, or that create a healthy environment for your soul to vibrate in, do exist, are there, and will happen for you. It will manifest for you. I just feel like some of you guys have been in this like period of maybe isolation, or just feeling very much so set apart or set aside. Some of you, this is maybe bringing in some abandonment or neglect emotions, thoughts and feelings. Feeling very misunderstood. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wow. Yeah, some of you guys, gee willikers. Hold on one second, y'all. Oh, my cards just dropped all over the floor. Yeah, some of you maybe, this full moon might really be like scattering a lot of energies right now. Kind of bringing out, I feel like, a little bit of the more chaotic side of that Gemini energy. It's almost like chaotic emotions Just feeling like you either want to spaz out. Yeah. Yeah, this feels a little difficult, y'all, so bear with me. So I'm trying to make the most sense of it as I can, but sometimes it's hard to translate the feelings that I get or the senses that I get into words. Okay, let's just go ahead and see what's going on. Thank you so much, Divine, for these energies here for the collective. What's important for the collective to know about body and soul, close encounters, in perfect harmony, and birds of a feather for this full moon in Gemini and Cancer. Okay, tell me more about body and soul in the root chakra. What's going on with the collective root chakra? What does the collective need to know about their root chakra? Three of Cups. Okay. The Star card. Star energy. That's that detachment. And the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, the Star, and the Three of Cups. That's that deep healing, honestly. That's that deep healing. I just heard searching for joy, searching for happiness. Again, like I said, with the Three of Cups, some of you guys might feel like there's a lack of connection between you and your environment, or you and the people that you care for in love, or feeling just very detached from the people that you once felt close to. That's that set apart energy. With the Three of Cups and the Star, it's like I feel like I've been singled out. Yeah, Nine of Cups. People who maybe brought you happiness, joy. Tell me more about this Nine of Cups and the sacral chakra. Justice. Yeah. Some of you feel slighted by this. Like, I get that. It's like, it's unfair that I'm in this cage and everybody else gets to fly free. But even look at the size difference between these two butterflies. Something about that is okay. Thank you, Divine. Don't compare your journey here, collective. Don't compare your journey or where you're at or how long it's taking you to purge something or cleanse something. Or some of you, there may even be a little bit of like shame about where you're at or your environment or what you're connected to or how you've chosen to go about things or where you're at in your spiritual journey or something like that. It's like there's truly release yourself. And I know I sit here and say, release yourself. It's fine. You know, that in practice is very difficult. Okay, so I am hyper aware of that, y'all. But I get that difference between that big butterfly and that small butterfly is everybody has their own mission in life. Everybody has their own weight that they have to carry, right? Don't compare your path to someone else's. Don't compare your wings to someone else's. Your wings are your wings, right? You've been blessed with the wings that you've been given. Again, I'm just using the butterfly as an analogy because they're meant to take you or they're meant to serve a purpose. And someone else has their wings to serve their purpose, right? It's just some of you guys, there's just this little bit of comparison that's like, I feel it's coming up. It's like, I want to be happy like so-and-so, or I want to have these types of experiences or this type of connection, or why can't I look like them, or why can't I be like that? It's like some of that energy. Something about it feels unfair. We've all been there, right? No judgment for being in this mindset because we all dip in and out of it, right? But you have the Seven of Pentacles, right? It's like feeling like what you have, what you've been blessed with, what you've gained or what you've grown up to this point just isn't enough. Some of you, this could have to do with your worth and your value, your sense of abundance. I'll be enough when. That's what I feel like some of you guys are battling in the mind. I'll be enough when I have X, Y, and Z. I'll be enough when I do A, B, and C. I'll be enough when I can create 1, 2, 3, or when I have this, that, and the third, right? It's like, I'll be happy when, I'll be enough when. So there's that type of verbiage and that type of language creates distance. I am enough now because here in this moment, right? So there's this, the disconnect and the detachment and the feeling like the single out for some of y'all could be happening from your own mind, from your own thoughts. Like, you're actually not isolated, but you feel that way, or because you're thinking in that way, your feelings are mirroring that back to you. I think I can't relate to the people around me, so my emotions are like, yeah, we can't relate. All right, they're like, okay, well, we'll match that thought with the feeling. I don't have enough, or, I always get so close to doing this and then something goes wrong. It's like, okay, well, if that's what you want, that's what will happen. And I know that might be kind of, again, woo-woo and very like hippy-dippy, but it truly is true. The power of the tongue, the power of your voice, the power of that throat chakra, right? When used, it creates. The power of the mind, what you see and what you believe and what you tell yourself, that voice and how you say things in your mind, right, can create things. Justice in the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like some of you might even be having conversations with the divine, or kind of speaking on things like, I always fall short, or I feel like I've failed in some way, or like, yeah, it's a lot of heavy emotional energy that, again, I really do feel in the depth of my heart that once you really allow yourself, collective, to just sit in what you feel, no judgment, no trying to rush out of it, no trying to escape it, no trying to stuff it down and act like it's not there. Just sit in it. Say it. Feel it to the extent that it's there within you. It's like that's what actually will create the room, and you'll feel so different. Give yourself a few days. You know what I mean? Like, there's really no time on it. If you're still grieving over something, it's okay. If something still hurts you, it's okay. If something still bothers you, it's okay. No matter how many times you tell yourself you're over it, if the emotion energy is still there, it means it hasn't been fully felt. And I feel like that's the focus of this full moon, is fully feeling it. We talk about it a lot, especially in the community that we're in here, right? But saying it and doing it are very two different things, yeah? And I think the key part in that is no judgment. Some of you guys judge where you're at so harshly, or judge yourself so harshly, that you don't even see you have 7 pentacles. In my mind, and how I connect here with tarot, 7 of Pentacles is more than the average. Building a nest, hence the pentacles being high up in the tree. It's like safe, it's good, it's stable. But maybe because your stability doesn't look like someone else's stability, or this could even be energy that's projected onto you, collective, so take it how it resonates. There could be people looking at you and where you're at, feeling like they don't measure up, or they're not enough, or they don't have what you have, so that lessens their value in some way. Like, take it how it resonates. Especially with the 9 of Cups being here. Some of you might feel very content with where you are. But your feeling of contentment might be casting a light on someone's dissatisfaction. Especially with the Star card and the Ace of Cups. Yeah, some of you guys are really in good vibration, in good harmony, with your body and your soul, right? Allowing things to be close, or just feeling very close to source or the people around you. And I think maybe there could be some people, or whether you know them or not, right? I don't know. It could be shining a light on what's lacking balance in other people's lives. So again, take it how it resonates, right? But always check yourself first here, collective. That's a big motto. Big motto here on my channel. Before we go and say it's someone else and, oh, they're doing this to me and, oh, it's them, da da da. No, we look in the mirror and we scan. We go through, am I holding this energy? Can I see this in myself first before I go say I see it in someone else? That's important, especially under full moons. Okay? Tell me more. Tell me more about justice and the Seven of Pentacles. Come on now. Yeah, look at that. Four of Wands. Close encounters. Ooh, some of you are on that whole timeline thing. By this age, I should have had this, and by this age, and you maybe you're at that age and you don't have what you thought you'd have, or you're not where you thought you'd be. Doesn't mean you aren't on your way there. Doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It's just the timeline you built for yourself wasn't the divine's timeline. So there's that energy of surrender. Yeah, there's that energy of surrender. What if it's just not your moment? That's okay too. Yo, perfect. Some of y'all, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I do post affirmations and post that, food for thought and things that kind of I feel inspired or intuitively guided to share there. So if you would like that on a somewhat daily basis, actually it's not every day, it's maybe every other day or every couple of days. Okay, but if you into Instagram, you're on Instagram, make sure you follow me at Cusp of Roses, all one word, no spaces, no gaps, no dots. All right, but the affirmation I pulled for that and for my Instagram community, look at that, the sun at the bottom of the deck. Shining a light, casting a light, all right? But that affirmation that I pulled was, I don't need to control life. I just trust in magic and miracles. Very interesting contrast there. Yeah, so for some of you, that I don't need to control life is going to be powerful for you in this moment. Others of you are in the realm of trusting in magic and miracles. And maybe for those of you who are in the trusting in magic and miracles vibration, might be showing people who once felt that they had to control life that they don't need to. So you could be a shining example of balance and harmony. 10 of Cups. You'd be amazed at what can happen when you truly let go. And how you do that is not by pushing it out of your mind. It's by embracing what's in your mind. And giving it room and permission to leave. Or to be free. Because some of you, this is a self-imposed prison. I can't spread my wings because I don't have this, these things yet. So I'm just going to keep my wings in. Even though you might be outgrowing that cage. Nope, I'm just going to keep shrinking. I'm just going to keep making myself small because I'm just not ready. Or I don't have this yet. But when I get this, I will then do. That's the thought, and that's the phrasing that I feel like has to be eliminated. Again, that when I get, I will do, creates distance. Because what if you never get there? You know what I mean? It's kind of like claim it in the now moment. Don't push it off on your future self. Because your future self isn't written yet. Well, depending on the school of thought, I guess you could say your future self is written. But still, that co-creative process, it's like don't push it out forward. Ground it in, plant the seed in the now. Okay? But that Four of Wands, yeah, it's those close encounters. I want to feel that sense of bond and union and connection and full participation with someone, like someone showing up for me as much as I show up for them, or committed to doing this thing in life. Like some of you guys, this could even be like, again, I'm at a certain age and I'm not married yet, or I don't have kids yet, or I don't have my own home yet, or I don't feel settled in a particular place yet, or I don't really know what I want to do for career yet. And it's like, maybe the age that you're at makes you more anxious about it, or makes you feel like you failed, but you haven't. Yeah, it's like some of you are judging yourself way harsher than you truly need to. And I mean, in this world that we live in, it's so difficult not to do, right? Everything in the media telling you, oh, you need this, and you're not complete and full and whole until you have this. Like, that's some of you guys, it's like that. Some of you maybe need to take like a media break. Like, don't watch the news. Don't even get on Instagram, no social media. Like, really do like a full detox, because some of you guys, it's just those programs that are running in the mind from what you're absorbing through the eyes that are keeping you in this cage. That's for some of y'all, not all of you, okay? Whoa, 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 whoa. So much, way too many there, Divine. Tell me more. Tell me more about the energy between close encounters and imperfect harmony, death. Okay. Getting a little heavy here. All right. That's that morning. Hi, Aurora. Thanks for being here, love. Hi, Trisina. Is it Trisina? I hope I said your name right. Thanks for being here. That death. Some of you guys are still mourning. This could be an actual death that you've experienced, maybe multiple deaths. Maybe this is just the death to what you thought would be and having to accept what is. You know? I thought I would have this settled and done, and I would be here in my life by this age, but maybe you're not, and that's okay. So it's like releasing that. Okay, that's not my timeline. That's not my pace. That's not my speed. Okay. That's not my door to walk through right now. That's not my lifestyle. Whatever the case may be, y'all. Like, and again, I sit here saying this as somebody who works actively on this, okay? So mind you, nothing that I say here on my channel comes from a soapbox at all. I am in the trenches with y'all, okay? Trust and believe me. Sorting through these energies, working through it, trying to make sense of it, trying to integrate, okay? Birds of a feather. We're flocking together, all right? But that death, it's real. It's this real sense of loss. Some of you might look around and feel like you've lost. Oh, wow. I just heard like you look around and you feel like you lost in life. Like if life were a game, you're losing right now. And that, yeah, that could be, I mean, and I don't know your circumstances, you guys, right? Because this is going to vary for everybody. But yeah, I really do feel like for those of you that are in that energy, that couldn't be further from the truth. Because I know it's common to look at life as a game. Yeah, but it's not. It's really not. There's no prize to be won. No first place, second place, third place, no medals, no nothing. It is what you make it. And whatever you want to make it, you can, as long as you allow yourself to. It's like that allowance. But that also comes with surrender, because how you create that life isn't going to look like how someone else created that life or created their own. It's almost like hermit energy is so important right now that you really have to look to your own compass. You really have to look to your own soul, your own spirit. Yeah. To guide you on your path that no one else, and I think that's maybe one thing, collective, nobody living and breathing in this world, okay, can walk the path that you're on right now. Look at it like that. There is not a single soul that could fit in your shoes, that could even lift a foot on your path. No matter how easy or how hard you think somebody has it, there's no one else in this world built for the path that you are on but you. No one. No one at all. That's why it's so important for you to focus on your path and walk that thing. Walk it and own it. Nobody can judge the decisions you make because, again, they can't live in your shoes. They wouldn't be able to stand it. They wouldn't survive. That's why God didn't give them that path. They wouldn't have survived. God doesn't send you here to suffer necessarily, right? It might feel like that, but it's not the goal. Really, like really sit in on that and hone in on that. If anyone else was faced with your path, collective, they wouldn't survive it. That's why God didn't set it up for them to be on it. And they gave them another path because that's what they can handle. Again, the difference between the big wings here with this cage butterfly and the smaller wings there with the butterfly outside the cage. You only feel like it's bad because you're in that cage. Again, some of you guys, it's just that whole comparison is the thief of joy adage. And that's what has to shed. And I feel like for a lot of you, that is what's going to naturally kind of fall away, or you're going to find more detachment from as a mindset, which is going to be beautiful. Others of you, I do feel like there's a little bit more work there, but that's okay. We're all where we're meant to be, in perfect harmony. Okay, so speaking of that, tell me more about this sacral chakra energy of imperfect harmony. Whoa, hey. Yeah. Yeah, Five of Pentacles. Feeling like an outsider, feeling left out in the cold, feeling like, when is it going to be my turn? Why? You know, it's, I'm telling you all, it is such a human thing to do, so please don't judge yourself. If you're here, be in it, right? But understand that day will pass, that energy will pass the more you acknowledge it. Because sometimes, y'all, what I've learned in my journey is that those emotions that we avoid will scream. They will keep coming up. They will keep screaming to you until you say hello to them. Hi anger, hi grief, hi disappointment. Until you get to know their name. That's the only time that they will leave. If you ignore them and act like they're not there, they just get louder and louder and bigger and bigger and bigger until you're forced to acknowledge them. It's like the elephant in the room. It's so damn big. You can't, everybody sees the elephant, but are you acknowledging like, hey, there's an elephant in the room? That's what shrinks that elephant down to an ant. It only balloons when you ignore it. Okay? Tell me more about this Five of Pentacles. Come, because the sun just wants to come out, y'all. I'm telling y'all. You might look at your situation. You might look at where you at. You might feel this and that, or you might be comparing your path to someone else's. But trust and believe where you are is where you need to be for your overall soul growth, expansion, for wisdom, for learning, so that you, specifically, you get strong enough to walk your path. That is it. Oftentimes when I find myself faced with challenges that seem unfair or that seem out of left field, or just kind of like, this can't be possibly happening right now in this moment, like I can't handle it, I try to tell myself that I might not understand why I'm going through it in this moment. I might not even like that I'm going through it in this moment. I might actually hate it, low key. Like I might be really pissed. You know what I mean? But I know and I trust in the magic that is life, in the miracles that happen every day. The miracle to be alive, to be breathing, to have function of my mind and body. To feel, right? That'll serve a purpose. I might not know what purpose yet, but eventually I will. That's a lot of the times me saying that and repeating that to myself helps me remember that there's more road to walk. And I can't see what's up ahead. But the more present I am in this moment, the more I absorb and the more I understand, the more I integrate in the now, the more I get to carry with me forward as tools to address whatever next thing, whatever bigger thing I might have to face. But if I ignore the path and I ignore all of the lessons and I ignore all the energy around me, or I ignore the feelings and those messages that I can get from that, I'm not going to be prepared when I get to down the road. I'm not going to know. And ultimately, I want to be prepared, right? That's a decision I've made for my life and my path. I want to understand. I want to be ready for whatever comes my way. Whatever. And in order to do that, I have to surrender to the now, because I'm constantly learning in the now. And I'm taking notes and I'm picking up things and I'm integrating and I'm releasing. And the more and more I get to do that, when I get to these bigger hills and these bigger mountains or these other obstacles or these pits and these, fires and these two-way streets or these forks in the road, it's like I get to kind of like the fool imagery, right? The classic fool imagery. I get to take that handkerchief off my stick, open it up and see, okay, what have I learned? What tools have I gained? What wisdom do I know to address this issue and this situation or this obstacle in the now? And then that also makes that the parts and the patches on the path that are very sweet and very harmonious and very just like singing to the birds and the animals are speaking to me, and I'm just like kind of in that whole vibe, it makes that worth it, right? Because not in the sense of you've earned it, but it's just a reminder of not every day is dark. Not every day is bright. But I'm grateful for the day. You know what I mean? At least I have the day. It's just reprogramming and retraining the mind. And it's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be easy. Sometimes it will be, but it's just, I feel very, very emotional speaking about it. Like I said earlier, like I felt like there was a lump in my throat. Wasn't feeling this way prior to the reading, but I just get that somebody is at that point where it's like if there's a brick wall in front of you, it's like I can't keep staring at this wall. Like that cage, I can't keep looking at these bars. I can't, like I have to get out. And more often than not, collective, it's truly just you being in your own way. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow, because we love to be like, it's their fault and it's so-and-so. And if so-and-so didn't do this, that, and I wouldn't be. It's like, maybe that is valid, okay? But you're here though. It's your path. It was allowed to happen. So what are you learning from it, right? How is it reflecting you back to you? And I know I don't want to get too preachy, and I don't want to get too, yeah, it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. The sun is here. The sun is here. And whatever light is finding you in this moment, however that sun is shining on you, and wherever you are underneath it is where you're exactly meant to be. It's in perfect harmony. Not everybody can be on a high note. Not everybody can be on a low note. Not everybody could be in the middle range. There has to be variety. And you're not always going to be in one or the other. You're going to constantly fluctuate between the two. It's like just enjoying the music. Enjoy the sound. Enjoy the dance. You know what I mean? It's like being at a party. You got your fast songs, which are fun. You might slow down, do a little two-step. You might, you know what I mean? It's like they're it's just gonna flow, but that completes the night. That completes your life. So whatever the DJ puts on, vibe out and feel. Sometimes you might want to sit out. I don't really like that song. Okay, that's okay. The song will eventually change. The frequency, the energy will eventually change. Okay? Now, for others of you, and I know that was a deep dive on that I don't need to control life part, but again, that I trust in magic and miracles. You really have, and I think are falling into a deeper awareness under this full moon around just how much you've actually shed with this death card energy. And some of you, even in this energy of trusting in magic and miracles, you might find yourself in the Five of Pentacles, feeling like, yeah, okay, this isn't necessarily comfortable, but the sun is here. You know what I mean? It's like, and that maybe being able to still connect with the sun energy or embody the sun energy while being in the Five of Pentacles is growth in and of itself for some of y'all. Had you been at this Five of Pentacles energy years ago, you would not be feeling the sun. You would have thought the sun just exploded and died and now everything's dark and it's, you know what I mean? It's like, but you're still looking up, you're still open to it, you're still connecting with it. And I think again, if at the very base level, collective, this is a beautiful full moon for that type of checkpoint. How would you have handled your current situation a few years ago? Would it have been the same? Yeah, Eight of Swords. Would it have been different? Yeah, some of you are in the Five of Pentacles, and that's the best place for you to be right now. The sun's next to it, but you don't see it for that. Because the mind tells you, well, it's not what so-and-so has, or it's not what it should look like. All the books tell me that I should be here by, you know what I mean? It's something about that type of rigid thinking and or absorbing other people's paths and structures that's not for you, and that's okay. But it's okay if you're not okay with that. Like, again, I know I might sound like I'm kind of going back and forth with that, but it truly is. You even, some of y'all, even being in the Eight of Swords is in perfect harmony for you right now. Like, nothing can trump the sun. Even being in the Eight of Swords, not being able to see your situation clearly, feeling very trapped in the mind, and or the feeling surrounded by self-limiting beliefs. Again, like I said, some of you, that cage is self-imposed. You're putting yourself in a cage. You're saying that it's not time for you yet. Where everything around you, you got the Four of Wands, you got Justice, the Nine of Cups, and Ace of Cups, the Star. It could be that everything around you is saying, oh yeah, it is your time. But maybe it doesn't look like how you thought it would. Maybe it's coming in the forms and the fashions and the ways and through the people that you didn't see it coming through. Or you just don't hold value to it. That could be it too. I don't value that as me being in the Nine of Cups. I don't value this as me having an Ace of Cups and a Four of Wands. Like, I don't see it that way. It feels different. But often, like I said, those feelings are responding to the thoughts that you have about it. That's the Eight of Swords. You're going to feel trapped because you're thinking you're trapped. You'll feel free when you think you're free. And again, it takes practice. This is not an overnight thing. It's not an overnight transition, but it's something that can be worked on. It's definitely something that you can train your mind to do. To see the sun in all. And not in a toxic and positive way type of thing. It's just in a very humble, very surrender to the moment type of way. That after every dark night comes a bright morning. It's nature's rule. There's never a time where the sun says, you know what, I don't really feel like rising today. Y'all just gonna have to be in darkness. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just take a little break. You know what I mean? That never happens. Hasn't happened for thousands of years. So it's not going to be dark forever. It's not going to be heavy forever. It's not going to be stressful forever. You're not going to feel that cageness forever. Okay? And I feel like some of you guys are actively working on this, and it's just maybe feeling like I'm still in the same energy. And again, it's okay. Keep doing your work. Keep allowing yourself to feel. Give yourself grace. Show compassion towards yourself and where you are. Understand that you're just human. Right? You're just human. It's a part of your nature. And the more you rest in that, I promise you the easier it'll be. Okay? All right. Tell me more about the energy between imperfect harmony and birds of a feather. Thank you so much, Divine. Yeah. 5 of Cups. Which is really honestly coming through for me as a reader most recently as an emotional purge. We need those moments of just being like, damn, those 3 cups spilled out. I really was looking forward to enjoying them, or I was really happy to have those in my life, or whatever that 3 of Cups represents. You got it right here. It's okay. Like, honestly, some of you guys are in this 5 of Pentacle energy, or this is what's coming up for you emotionally. Because like I said earlier at the beginning of the live, that's what's been stored in your body and soul. It's what's stored in your root chakra. I recently just learned that. Yeah, that when we are in that fight or flight mode, or we have these stressful situations, it doesn't just leave our body because the situation is over or it's been dealt with. It stays in our neurons and our tissues and our cells until we do the work to calm it down and release it and purge it. So for some of you, this 5 of Cups and this 5 of Pentacles is old as hell. Old as hell. That's why I feel like it's juxtaposed with this 4 of Wands, 9 of Cups, Ace of Cups, Star. It's like the sun. That 5 of Cups and that 5 of Pentacles is stale energy that is gratefully coming out in this full moon. Eight of Swords. It's everything that you've ignored, or everything that you haven't allowed yourself to connect with. Coming back out to say, hi. Hi, collective. I'm still here. Still with you. You know what I mean? Like, and again, it's okay. It's okay. Like I said, some of you guys are going to pop that bubble that you've been stuffing all this emotion in and feel through it so that you can enjoy all of the abundant fruit and that 9 of Cups. You can enjoy the connections in those 4 of Wands and those communities that you're a part of. You can find that balance. You can feel that justice. You can see it as such. I've worked hard for that, or I've gained honestly, at the end of the day, you don't even gotta work hard. It's what you deserve. It's your birthright. You were born in this world. You were born to experience pleasure and happiness and joy and community. It's just the way that society has created itself, right? That makes us so disconnected from the real truth and the real root of why we're here, to experience love and joy and pleasure. And I know that that might, again, sound hippy-dippy, but even in love, there's pain. Even in joy, there's disappointment, right? It's just dancing the dance and singing the song. I really want you guys like to really think of like your favorite song. Absolutely think of your favorite song. A song you can hear and listen to every day, all day. And think about the different levels in that song, the different moments, the different sounds, the different instruments, the different notes that creates that song. It's your favorite song. Without one note, it wouldn't be the same. Without you here in this world, collective, it wouldn't be the same. Without that disappointment, it wouldn't be the same. Without that feeling of isolation, it wouldn't be the same. without that 9 of cups and that happiness, it wouldn't be the same. Do you see what I'm saying? It just, as simple as the idea is, it is very complex to integrate. And I pray that the more you talk about it, the more you allow yourself to kind of think about it and sit in that, the more it makes sense, the more it frees you. And the more you can see it as a tool. Till next time you feel yourself in that cage, you know how to take that key out your little knapsack from the Fool energy and unlock that door and free yourself. So that you don't, some of you just have to remember the cage isn't permanent either. Yeah? Alrighty. Give me one more here for body and soul, because I feel like, well, thank you. That was quick, yeah. Perspective. The Hangman. It's all about perspective. And again, easier said than done, 100%. 100%. 1,000% at that. Possible? Yes. How is it possible? By your decision and choice for it to be so. Simple as that. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy to clarify birds of a feather. Yep, accountability and adaptability. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, Aurora. I love your presence here in our community. Thank you for being here. All right, Birds of a Feather says, oh, wow, strength. Like I said, there isn't a soul that walks this earth collective that could be strong enough to walk your path. What does that say about how Source views you and thinks of you and created you and loves you and believes in you? What does that say? That you were literally fashioned and created to walk this path for the greater good, for the highest good of all those connected to you, of all those that came before you, of all those that you share blood with, that you share DNA with, you share soul frequencies with. Without you, the song would be different. Without you, the song wouldn't hit as hard. It wouldn't be your favorite. It wouldn't be the favorite. It wouldn't be good. So for some of you, this could even just be centered around finding purpose and meaning in the now moment. Maybe that's a little difficult. And it's going to be, and that's okay. You're going to fall in and out of that. Again, give yourself grace as much as possible. As much as possible. And especially for those of you that find yourself here, right? Like in this community, on this spiritual kind of alignment path and trying to really understand and connect to Source. And that can contrast so many things around you. But again, birds of a feather, you're not alone. You're not the only lion trying to control its roar, right? Maybe that's not even the point, right? I don't need to control life. I just trust in the magic and the miracles. Yeah. Even with the imagery here with the strength, and look, you got the Empress right behind that. Even with the image of the strength, right? Think about how trusting that crow has to be to land on that lion's nose. That lion could eat that bird in a snap, one bite. But there's trust here with the strength, right? There's trust. Trust that no matter how loud those emotions scream to you, how big they get, how frustrated you are, right? That you'll always find and you'll always settle into the higher point of view. Some of you maybe even want to speak that over your lives, right? No matter how deep in those lower chakras, because that's what's really here. You got your root chakra, your sacral chakra, right? Your heart chakra for me is the central center of the 7 main, right? It's that center of abundance. It's where we receive and give abundance from. Not necessarily where we feel. Feel is more of a gut, more of a sacral energy, but reception comes from the heart. Yeah. And it takes a lot to keep an open heart, especially in this day and age. But a lot of you guys have the strength to do it. A lot of you guys have been called to do it. A lot of you guys, that's the path that you walk. And like I said, I'm with y'all. Sometimes I'm like, I'm not like this one bit. I would much rather do something absolutely different. But am I going to sit here and fight my soul? No. Because, no, I'm not going to fight that. I'm not going to fight that death process. I'm not going to fight what wants to release itself. I'm not going to fight what wants to be shed. I'm going to hold service for it. I'm going to release it with love and with gratitude. Yeah. Some of you, that's just the key. That's the key that maybe locks you or releases you out of the cage. Gratitude. It's big. Popular word, trendy word right now. Yeah. But real principle in life, yes. Powerful, yes. Okay, so when it all gets fuzzy, especially with this Eight of Swords, when you feel more focused on the Three of Cups that spilt over and the things that didn't work rather than what you still have connected to you or what's still abundant around you, when that isolation feels like you're in a cell, a prison cell, you know what I mean? It's like gratitude, 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 gratitude. And it's not necessarily fake, because again, I don't know why I feel like I have to go in on this, but I'm just going to try to get it out the best way I can. Being in like a Five of Pentacles and a Five of Cups, being disappointed or again left out in the cold or not having stability in some way, shape, or form, but still being grateful, isn't you ignoring the fact that you're not in an ideal situation or your environment isn't pleasant. Like, no, it's telling that energy that despite its presence, you're still connected to the sun, you're still connected to source, you're still able to access that feeling of the sun, even when the sun isn't in the sky, even when it feels like it's away from you. It's telling that energy that it doesn't control you. It doesn't validate you. It isn't a measure of who you are. I just feel that, right? Like, there's a big difference between going through some hard times, going through situations, having emotional upheavals, having spiritual awakens, having conflict, having all these things, all these negative things that might be happening. And then just being like, everything's okay, everything's fine. Like, it's by having gratitude, it isn't saying that everything is fine. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. Being in a state of gratitude isn't accepting the negative things. It isn't saying, oh, that's fine, it's okay. It's not pushing it away. No, it's surrendering to it. It's an act of surrender. And the ego, the ego will say, I'm not going. Why would I be grateful for what I got going on? Ain't nothing good about this. Well, that's what if that's what the mind thinks, then that's what your emotions are gonna mirror. And that's what's good. That's what you're going to feel. It's almost like some of y'all, it's important to train the mind to look for the silver lining. As cheesy or whatever that might be, train your mind to look for the silver lining. Even if the silver lining is, you know what, I woke up today, so that's cool. You know what I mean? I can walk. That's awesome. You know what I mean? I'm able-bodied. That's amazing. That's a blessing. You know what I mean? I got a roof over my head. I got a bed I can sleep in if that's your case. Or you know what I'm saying? Or I'm safe in this moment. Or again, I'm breathing at the very base, the core of it. God chose to give me breath today. pretty lucky. Pretty fucking lucky. Because some people didn't get breath today. You know? I've experienced that very closely in my life. Some people just, you know, people you love don't wake up. No struggle, no nothing. They just don't wake up. And as morbid or dark as that might be, that could have been you. You never know when that's going to be you. So if all else is shitty and all else is failing, can you find a sense of gratitude that you're breathing on your own? With your own will? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I know that sounds, whatever. I don't really give a fuck about how it sounds, to be honest, because that's just what it is. It is what it is. If anything that I can share with that has been a mindset that has gotten me through some absolute pits of darkness, pure darkness. Okay? Pitch black darkness. No sun, no stars, no moon, darkness. Okay? And I'm blessed and grateful to be able-bodied enough, alive enough to be sitting here with y'all, tapping into these energies, embracing the full and new moons, all the cosmic shifts. Like, I'm grateful for all of that. You know what I mean? It's like, really, if you take anything away, try to train your mind for the silver lining. All right? Let's go ahead with all of that said and pull some affirmations here. Just, you know, maybe some things you might want to repeat and say to yourself or speak again over your life. Use the power of the tongue and that throat chakra to shift the energy. Do what you got to do. Okay, to embrace the energy. But we're going to see some things you can say. I'm also going to pull additional messages for my Instagram community. So again, if you guys are on Instagram, you frequent it, or you're on the app a lot, go ahead and follow me at Cusp of Roses, okay? I'd love to have you guys over there. But let's see. Thank you so much, Divine, for this beautiful energy and this beautiful reading here for the collective under this full moon in Gemini and Cancer. What affirmations might this collective that's tuned in, tapped in, and resonating with this energy, what affirmations might they need to see them through whatever this contrast, whatever this darkness, or whatever this heavy emotional energy, or how to get them out of this cage? What affirmations can they say to free themselves so that they can enjoy where they are and embrace who they are? What do they need to know? Affirmations. Come on now. Every day I bring radical self-love to my mind, body, and spirit. We'll put that on mind, body, and soul. Last one for your root chakra. Every day I bring radical self-love to my mind, body, and spirit. What else? What else might this collective need? Thank you. Beauty rises, Lord. Beauty raises my vibration. I seek it out for healing and joy. I'm going to put that over here where the sun's at. In perfect harmony. Yeah? And there you go. I can guide and lead others wisely and with love. Okay? Yeah, this one comes out a lot. This one has been coming out quite a bit for these moon readings, okay? I will not remain stuck. Yeah, that's that cage. I choose change. That's that death energy. I choose to die to the person I was. I choose to release that person who lets these self-limiting beliefs keep them stuck and stagnant and block them and blind them. I choose to surrender that version of myself. Yeah. One more. One more for this full moon. Thank you. There you go. I teach people how to treat me. Ooh, some of you, this could even be in that energy of, I can't believe I allowed so-and-so to do so-and-so. You know what I mean? It's like, this could even just be a hyper reflective time. Like I said, that Five of Cups and that Five of Pentacles felt old as hell, like stale. So this, for some of y'all, this isn't like, you don't really have a reason to feel sad, or you don't have a reason to feel left out in the cold. You know what I mean? You might have a lot of great things going for you, but that energy is there. And even in this phrase of, I teach people how to treat me, teach yourself how to treat yourself. Like some of y'all, that's a whole live I could do in and of itself. Teaching you how to speak to you. Because like I said, for some of y'all, nobody's saying anything. Nobody's coming at you. Nobody's agitating this type of energy out of you. It's just there because it's you. It's the voice inside your mind that you've accepted as truth, that you're really at war with, that you have to rewire and reframe and reteach to love you. Not beat you up, not judge you so harshly, not pick you apart a million times over. No, to love you and to treat you well. Some of you, this is more or less just a relationship between you and yourself, you and Source. Yeah. But nonetheless, I hope that these affirmations and this reading and everything that kind of came through here serves you all in some way, shape, or form. If it has, feel free to let me know so in the comments down below. All right. Hi, Angela. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Angela. Thank you for your kind words. I appreciate that. Removing toxins from the ovaries and healing womb energy. That's that sacral chakra. Thank you so much for that insight, Aurora. Emancipated from toxic, karmic past. Yeah. That's a lot of y'all. A lot of you guys are going to come out of this cage. I promise you that. Okay? Promise you that. Hi, Chaylee. Thanks for being here, love. Let me see who else was here and tuned in. Angela, Aurora, Chaylee, Trisena, thank you so much for being here. All right, y'all, I'm going to end it there. I'm probably we probably deep in this here, but over an hour. But I thank you guys again for your presence, for your love, for the grace that you guys give me here on my channel, for all of the light you bring, even all the shadow, honestly. I'm grateful, thankful that you guys are so authentic here with me in this community and feel comfortable enough to talk to me in the comments and let me know what you guys got going on, okay, and how you're connecting with these readings that I do. Very, very grateful for all of y'all, okay? Super, super grateful. I'm not gonna cry, but I truly am, from the depth of my heart, so grateful to have connected with so many beautiful people here through this channel. And I'm excited to just continue to do this work with y'all, all right? Guys definitely inspire me and motivate me a lot to keep going, even when I feel like I don't want to, all right? So I hope I can do the same for y'all. And I will catch you all in the next one. Again, happy full moon, my loves, and see you soon.